see a few humpbacks just off the port side of our boat, and hopefully they might come up and do some breaching. Frank has slowed down. There they come. There's a spume. There are at least 3. Whoop! I had my phone up too high. There they come back up again. And Kona's going to start to bark. It's okay, Kona. They're not going to hurt you. Whoa, there. That's a big one. Uh-oh, there goes. The tail means he's going down. But there's a couple more. No, actually. Oh, another one. Tail going down. And that's probably the end of it.
We got the drone up in Fury Cove, and this is the entrance to Fury Cove. It's as if we were coming in by boat, but it's really the drone looking around. And I apologize in advance. I'm still having, still learning how to control the drone. But there it is, coming into Fury. It was pretty crowded in Fury that day. We'll leave the drone on its own for a minute and then come back and talk about it in a bit.
This is one of our favorite stops, going north and south. If we're going to go around Cape Caution going south, then we can stay in the bay and watch the weather and make our way out when the winds are right.
In just a second, the drone is going to pan over to the sandy, or actually they're midden beaches, and they're really, really nice, and it's a good place to land and a good place for a dog to have a little walk. And right now we're taking pictures into the sun, so the picture isn't great, but in a second we're going to get into the sun. There's part of the beach, and we'll turn back towards the beach again in a second, and then we'll go over and look at the cove. And you can see right into I think it's Fitzhugh Sound out there. And there is the picture of the cove full of boats. It's just a beautiful place.
Even on a calm day going around Cape Caution, we still have huge swells.
We just went around Cape Caution. We're just beside Nighy Island right now. We're actually going to go right into Port McNeill. The crossing was uneventful, pretty rolly, but no winds and no chop. And this is Nighy, or Niggy, I really don't know how to say island. That was Clam Cove right there. We planned to stop in Clam Cove, but decided now we're going to head right over to Port McNeill. And we're just coming up, coming through beside Nighy Island here. This is Golitas Channel. We've just come past the Nighy Island, and you can see the sun shining, beautiful sparkling water, but still some mist and fog in the distance. I think that mist will be gone by now. We stopped in Soantula rather than Port McNeill, and we ate at the Burger Barn, which was a great place to eat in Soantula. Well, we just left Soantula. We're off to the Crease Island anchorage to meet some friends. We're in the Broughtons. That's Cormorant Island right there, and floating in the fog up there are the Pierce Islands. So we'll be in the Crease Island. I think it's called the Goat Island Anchorage on Crease Island. We'll be there in about an hour.
So we are here on Crease Island,
Didn't show up.
south of
I didn't see
15 miles south of Port McNeill, and I have a whole lot of people talking. Our friends are rafted off next to us, and we've got a lot of good times for the next 2 days going. We spotted a killer whale, humpback, sorry, in front of us, and he's going very, very slowly. But we have our engine idling, and this is a very, very lazy whale. Oh, there he goes. There's the fin, and he's down. That's good. Now we can get on our way.
We're just south of Port McNeill, and we're on our way to Lagoon Cove. On the way home, we're going to be about 5 or 6 days, and we'll be at home. Not that we're looking forward that much, just to being off the boat, but it would be nice to be home. We're in Lagoon Cove now, and this is the drone flying in from the direction we came. In a minute we're going to see, well, right in front of us now is the Lagoon Cove Marina, and on the dock on the far left end is Over Early. And we'll let the drone take a good look at the dock, and then it's going to take a look at the scenery all around.
Lagoon Cove is a must-see marina. It breaks the trip going up Johnson Strait and coming back down. There's lots of ambience, and Dan and Kelly provide prawns for happy hour, and the docks are usually packed, and it's a wonderful place.
This is the drone way up in the air looking at the scenery around Lagoon Cove, and we're going to come around to the marina in a minute, but from a distance. The island you see in the distance there, the tallest mountain up on the upper left corner of the screen, that's Minstrel Island. It used to be a really happening place, but there's no pub there no longer, and there's no docks. But it tells you approximately where Lagoon Cove is. As Judy said, must stop. We stop there every time. These are just stills of the dock, and what you can do. The great walking, at Lagoon Cove. The happy hour is spectacular.
We have often seen black bears just behind the marina, and one time when Frank and Stephanie and I were in our kayaks, and I was in my oarboard rower, we went along the beach and saw a
Grizzly bear.
A grizzly bear with her cub, and it was really neat. We were so close, and she just looked up at me, and I looked at her and said, "I'm not gonna do anything."
This was a big boat that came in to visit Lagoon Cove. Couldn't get on the dock, of course. It was about 320 feet long.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. We've just left Lagoon Cove, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. And we're now going through a very narrow passage, and the current is so strong against us that we're down to about 3.5 knots. Not much room for boats to pass. We're heading update for Forward Harbour. And when we first started out, it said ETA was 1 o'clock, and now it says 5:30. But I'm sure we'll pick up speed later on.
This is us in Forward Harbour. I got the drone up in the air to show a little bit of the harbour itself. That's over early, of course, in the picture. In a minute, we're going to fly over a really interesting old boat. I think it was made in 1928. It's called Westerly. I believe that's it that we're looking at right there. We're going to fly right over it. The fellow was pretty cool about having the drone close to it. And we look way down. That's about 4 miles down the harbor. I had the drone down there, didn't take any pictures. There's Westerly right there. And that's the entrance to Forward Harbour. And again, looking over towards Over Early.
We're just leaving Forward Harbour, and there's a tugboat with a big, huge log boom, and he's just sitting here at the end of the entrance to the harbour. I'm not sure if he's going to wait for slack and head up through the Whirlpool Rapids. Aye.
Well, from Forward Harbour, we pulled into Shoal Bay to wait for the slack, which would be in the next morning at the Dent, Gillard, and Yakultas Rapids.
This is a great place for us to stop. It's a government dock, first come, first serve. We enjoy being here because there's good walking. Evidently, there is a good a trail that takes you up to a gold mine, but we have not made it that far. The owner brings in prawns that he has spiced, seasoned, and it adds a bonus to the happy hour.
A few more boats came in after the drone was up, and we had a pretty nice happy hour up at the. I believe in a minute we're going to see where the happy hour takes place. The fellow's name is Mark McDonald. He owns all the property just above the government dock, and the drone's going to take a look in the valley just behind his property. I tried to take it over the other side of the island, but there's no way. It was way too far. And as the drone turns to the left, I was looking for that any evidence of the gold mine. Didn't really find it. A fellow on the dock told me where it was, but his description wasn't great. But I thought the scenery was pretty good, and there's going to be a shot of coming back to the marina, to the dock in a minute here. This is a view looking out from the happy hour at Shoal Bay out to the dock, and this is probably our last video in this series. Other than we may do a wrap up after once we get home. We're currently sitting in Sturt Bay, and we'll be home tomorrow afternoon.